Here's what often happens when a huge corporation buys or hires a once-in-a-generation talent that could make the old leadership look outdated. The top people can't just get rid of that person, because shareholders would explode and customers could walk away. So they use a quieter tactic. They smother the star with constant control. They make them work behind average veterans whose best days are long gone. And when they talk about this talent in public, they choose words that reduce their status and make it clear who still has the power.
Flow of the game.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. You know, this is a group that hasn't been along or been together very long. We've kind of mixed the matchups, mixed the rotations. We played our players a little bit longer stretches than what we had done in the first two games. And so I thought initially they got off to a good start. I probably played them a little bit too long of a stretch at some of them got.
We're watching that same pattern play out in real time on the world basketball stage. The USA women's national team isn't acting like a sharp, top-level program focused on winning. It's acting like a nervous big company that's scared of what comes next. The veteran players are steering the decisions, and they're demanding that the team protect their ranking and relationships no matter the cost, even if it means hurting the offense on purpose.
Yeah, I was yelling at them the other day. I was calling them peanut butter and jelly because they were in the wrong place. But it's really cool, man. Their respect for the game, and they just constantly they're constantly getting better. Whether it's defensively, offensively, IQ-wise. You know when they're missing, and that's the compliment to any player. You want them on the floor. They impact the game in different.
3 games into this tournament, fans everywhere have had to sit through slow, ugly basketball run by veteran point guard Chelsea Gray. And for all 3 games, Caitlin Clark, the most dangerous offensive engine the sport has ever seen, and one of the most efficient players ever, has been stuck on the bench. Media outside the US, angry fans, and major sponsors investing huge money into the game are demanding answers. They want to know why someone this valuable is being kept out on the biggest stage.
Tibbetts did not give us a reason as to why Caitlin Clark did not start this game, which is quite odd to me. A lot of people was very happy seeing Nate Tibbetts as the coach. He did a fantastic job running a fluid offense. I thought it was great, but overall, we need answers as to why we're not seeing Caitlin Clark implemented into this starting lineup. I don't want to hear nothing about Chelsea Gray being the starter. They said that they was going to rotate the starters. We have yet to see Caitlin Clark be rotated in. There's only 2 more games left, bro. My goodness, Chelsea Gray has started 3 games.
After the recent win, when Nate Tibbetts briefly took the lead on coaching duties, something stood out. The offense finally looked smooth, mostly because the younger players' talent overpowered the old, veteran-driven approach. But then a reporter pushed Tibbetts to break down the exact lineup that changed the game. The fast, high-energy group built around Caitlin Clark, Paige Buers, and Angel Reese. What he said next was a perfect example of soft, careful talk and a coach avoiding real commitment.
Overall today, Caitlin Clark did good, man. She played very good in the first half. 17 points, 12 assists, double-double for Caitlin. And why she has not been implemented into the starting lineup, I have no clue, man. We just got to wait and see, dog, I guess. Guys, get down in the comments section.
Listen to how his answer doesn't line up with itself. He openly says he loves how creative that group is. He says he loves their high-level shooting. He's basically admitting on the record that this lineup, driven by Caitlin Clark's non-stop pace and elite court vision, was the most effective, most dangerous group on the floor. He points out they spread the court well, attacked rebounds, and ran the other team over. But he still can't just celebrate them. He can't say they should start and represent the future, because that would threaten the veteran starters that the program has decided to protect. So he goes straight into damage control. He undercuts their success by saying he may have left them in too long and that they looked a little tired. That's a classic move when the backup group clearly outplays the main group. You invent a reason to go back to the weaker option. Tibbetts is setting up the excuse to keep Chelsea Gray starting, even though the numbers and the eye test show the team reaches a completely higher level when Caitlin Clark runs the offense. But the coaching is only part of it. The bigger problem, the jealousy and insecurity inside the locker room, showed up right after, from Chelsea Gray herself. When she was asked about the growth and impact of Caitlin Clark and Paige Buers, she had the perfect chance to lead like a true veteran. She could have praised them, respected what they bring, and welcomed them as the clear future of the program. Instead, she chose to embarrass them in public. Her words showed a shocking level of ego and disrespect. On an international mic, she talked about the 2 most famous and productive players on the roster like they were kids. She called them peanut butter and jelly, like it was a playground joke, and made sure everyone heard she had to yell at them for being in the wrong spot. That's not teaching. That's not leadership. That's an attempt to control them. It's what insecure veterans do when they know the newcomer is better. Gray knows the truth. Her starting role is protected by politics. She knows when Clark plays, everything speeds up and the offense becomes cleaner and more dangerous than what Gray can create right now. Since she can't beat Clark on the court, production, efficiency, and overall impact, she tries to shrink her through the media. She wants the public to view Clark and Bookers as messy, unready rookies who need veterans yelling directions, not as the players driving the future. Fans aren't buying it. The global audience is smart and ruthless about what works. They don't care about seniority or old rules about earning your spot. And they don't care about protecting the pride of a veteran point guard while the offense suffers. A creator summed up the anger perfectly. Chelsea Gray has started 3 straight games, and Caitlin Clark still hasn't started once. That's not random. It's planned. It's intentional. And it's driven by fear. The veteran power structure in women's basketball is fighting hard to keep control of the culture and the money. At the same time, they're fighting billionaire WNBA owners in CBA talks, even threatening to blow up the entire 2026 season while demanding a 50% revenue split that their past audience numbers don't justify. And while they do that, they're also attacking Caitlin Clark, trying to limit the exact player who's bringing in the new money they want to claim. They're acting like they are the main attraction. They truly believe fans are filling arenas to watch slow walks up the court, stiff half-court sets, wasted clock, and veterans correcting younger players like they're in school. They don't see that customers are rejecting that style. People want speed. People want deep transition threes. People want quick, precise passes that hit tiny openings. People want Caitlin Clark. And even while coming off the bench, even while getting talked down to by teammates, even with coaches trying to cap her minutes and shrink her influence, Clark keeps producing at a level you can't explain away. The stats are too clear. You can't dismiss that many elite assists in limited minutes. You can't hide game-changing double-doubles. You can't win a PR fight against obvious, historic performance. Every time she touches the ball, she exposes what the veteran system really is, a group scared of losing power. Coaches can keep playing politics. They can start Chelsea Gray the rest of the tournament. They can hand out minutes in ways meant to create drama and split fans. They can sit at microphones and complain about young players being tired or out of place. But the market decides in the end. Sponsors, TV leaders at TNT and ESPN, and the owners who pay the checks are watching all of this and taking notes. They're seeing veterans damage the biggest economic driver the sport has ever had just to protect egos. And when the CBA deadline hits in days, when owners put a final take-it-or-leave-it offer on the table, they'll make one thing clear: you don't get to demand top-level terms while you're the one holding back the growth. If USA Basketball keeps going down this road, the outcome is easy to see. You can't keep the most valuable player in the program in a limited role and expect the public to stay quiet. Fans aren't asking for special treatment, they're asking for the lineup that actually works. They want a modern offense that runs fast, creates open shots early, and uses the best passer on the roster to control the pace. And the longer the staff keeps choosing politics over performance, the louder the backlash will get, because people can compare the possessions. They can see when the ball moves, when spacing improves, when the team gets easier points, and when the game turns into slow, forced half-court sets. This doesn't just hurt one tournament, it damages trust in the entire program. It tells younger stars that no matter how good you are, you'll be held back to protect veterans. It tells new fans that the product will stay slow even when the roster has the tools to play exciting basketball. And it puts sponsors in a strange spot, because they're paying for growth while watching key decisions block that growth. At some point the organization will have to choose what matters more, keeping certain people comfortable, or putting the best group on the floor and letting results speak. Because if the goal is winning and building the game, then the plan is simple. Put the players who create the most offense in the biggest roles, stop talking around it in interviews, and stop acting like obvious success is a problem that needs to be managed.